This TV introduction brought to you by Yankee Dabbler. For all your model railroad needs, check out Yankee Dabbler. Don't forget, 7% discount with DNSF 6951. And by Highways and Byways, awesome street graphics for your roads and streets and your model railroad layout. If you guys are looking for sophisticated model railroad electronics, Logic Rail Technology has what you need. For a 5% discount on certain items, code DNSF 6951. All right, guys, welcome back to another Friday night with the Cuz. Yes, sir, and tonight's going to be another Meet the Live Streamers. I want to say hello to everybody who's in here. John Schuylkill River Valley, how's it going? Digger Evans, Marty M, Indian Head Valley Railroad, Anfield Road Layout. Nice to see you all in here. Steve 87, PSAP, Georgia Sunbelt, Sparky 107, 107. New Fenris Railroad, how's it going, buddy? JMHS, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you in here. Robert Small, nice to see you in here. Robert, I need to talk to you maybe tomorrow. I'll give you a phone call and we'll chit-chat for a little bit. Let's see, Dave BNSF N-Scale, how's it going, buddy? Jerry Satterial. PDRR Engineer Art, nice to see you in here, guys. Glad you could all make it in. I have a very special guest in here for you guys tonight, and you all know him. He's been pretty active on my live streams pretty much since I started. He's been to my house a couple of times. If you guys can guess who this is, he plays with my trains, although it's not his scale. So if you guys can guess who it is, I'll give you a kudo point. Anyhow, let's see who else we got. Rick Bailey, Ron Brights, how's it going? Mark S, nice to see you in here. Highways and Byways. Mark S is Highways and Byways, guys, in case you didn't know that. Humanity Junction. Heath, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you in here. Go ahead and guess, Mr. Sparky. John Tanzilla, I need to get in touch with you also. We got a project coming up here that you and I need to do. Hello, Dwayne Fork and Spoon. How's it going, my friend? Nice to see you. Lehigh River Subdivision. Nice to see you in here. HO Scale CSX Grand Rapids. Wow, you're new here, aren't you? I think. I have not seen that name before, so I don't know. If you're new, welcome aboard, and hope you enjoy the interview I'm going to have going on here in a little bit. All right, guys. Well, let's see. Give it a few more minutes here. Dave's Trains. How's it going, my friend? Nice to see you in here. It's Joe Rader. Nice to see you, buddy. Evan. Hastings, BNSF, N-Scale. How's it going, my friend Anthony? Mystic Railroad. How's it going, buddy? Nice to see you in here. Charles Grecian. How's it going? Who else we got in here? I think I got everybody. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute now. We don't need to know that. Dave, BNSF. So any guesses on who my guest is going to be this evening? Come on, guys. I mean, it's only 60 or 70 of you that show up here every week. It's got to be one of you guys. Kevin Brown, nice to see you in here, buddy. Vinny, is it Grandpa Rails? New Fenris Railroad wants to know if it's Grandpa Rails. Well, you'll just have to wait and see. Any other guesses? Jerry Satterielli says John Dilley. Well, you guys, you might have a good answer there, guys. We'll see here in a little bit. Paul the Carver, how's it going, my friend? Nice to see you in here. Marty M says guess Container Man 68. Well, he's on the road, so it's kind of hard for him to do a live stream with me, but one of these days he will. Let's see, HO Scale CSX, Grandpa, he's saying Grandpa Rails also. Oh boy. Anyhow, Kevin, how's it going down there in New Zealand, buddy? Nice to see you in here. Z-Scale Ray, nice to see you. Still buying Starbucks there, buddy? I'm gonna have to ban you if you keep doing that. I'm only giving you a hard time. James Galton, how's it going, my friend? Nice to see you in here. All right, let's get on with this and see how we can get along with this live stream this evening. I tell you one thing, guys. I'm glad that I am not a general contractor. And I'll tell you why. I did a refinance on my house, and I'm going to have some stuff done to my house with the extra money that I get as the cash out. And some of the things I'm going to have done is I'm going to have my master bathroom remodeled. I'm going to have my pool filled in with dirt, and then I'm going to have turf put on top of it. Well, 3 different people, and you wouldn't believe how many phone calls I made and how many people did not answer me. So I don't know. I'll just leave all the contracting stuff up to the contractors and just move on as we go. Sean McGee, nice to see you in here. How's it going, buddy? N-Scale Union Pacific Evanston Division. Roy, down in Panama. Nice to see you in here, buddy. Let's see. All right. I think we'll get this going. So let's see here. We should turn that guy off, and we should turn that guy on, and hopefully this will work. All right, guys, I going to have a couple of good shout outs going on here. The first one is going to be another person who's been present in pretty much all my live streams. And I believe he's even here tonight. I think I seen him here earlier. I think I said hello to him. Anyhow, he gives an overview of his layout. He has 2 very, very large industries on there. One happens to be a cement plant and one happens to be an oil refinery. He did this video without doing any editing. So what you see is what you get. So with all of that being said, the person I am talking about right now is Joe Rader, Black Rock Central Railroad. You guys need to go check his channel out. He's got 85 subscribers, and the video I watch is about 5 minutes long. So you guys need to go check him out. Let's get him up to 100 subscribers tonight, guys. He's got 85 right now, and there are 58 of you guys in here. So I think we can get him 15 subscribers tonight. What do you think? You keep me posted on that, Joe. I know you're in here. I saw you in here earlier. All right. Let's get rid of that guy. And now we'll go to the next guy. And the next guy, I am totally impressed with this man's layout. I don't know the exact size, but it is not that big. In my guesstimation, it's probably a 4x8 sheet of plywood that he has used up very, very efficiently. He is an N-scale modeler. He shows off pretty much all his locos and demonstrates all the locos that have sound. It's very loud. So when he starts, doing the demonstrations on his locomotives, turn the volume down. Trust me when I tell you that. He does a short run session. His layout is very nicely done. Lots of detail, great scenery work. Runs really nice. He does do a small run session and a small op session on his layout. And like I said, I'm guessing that it's a 4x8 plywood. Any other person I'm talking about right now is JMHS. He's got 113 subscribers. I bet you we can get him up to 125 tonight. Come on, guys. Let's do it. Let's get these guys some more subscribers so they continue to post videos. All right. Wow, this is fun. I'm clicking all kinds of buttons here. Tom who? Tom. Who's Tom Stranger Things. How's it going, buddy? Nice to see you in here. Ron Brights, I think I said hello to you earlier. And Joe Rader, you keep an eye on Joe Rader and JMHS. Keep an eye on your subs. Let me know if they're going up during this live stream, okay? All right, and then let's see. You guys know that I always do this. Every one of my live streams, I do this, and I want to thank all my people that have contributed to super chats and super stickers from last week. And those peoples are Grandpa Rails, Container Man 68, Hastings BNSF N-Scale, Kevin Brown, Rick Bailey, and Caboose 121. Wow, I didn't know it was going to do those color changes. How funny is that? Holy mackerel, Andy. All right, so yeah, I think that's all now. I think we can go to full screen on this puppy now. Let's see. Let's go big. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let me put that away. And let me get my other little pad. All right. So let's see. I'm hearing my name. I like hearing it. You like hearing your name? Okay. Container Man 68. Does that give me another $5? Thank you. Only giving you a hard time, Roy, because you're my brother and I love you. All right. I think that we are going to go ahead and bring this man up right now. Because he's been sitting down there for about a half hour now. I'm not my little brother Sparky that kept me down in the basement for a whole hour. Shame on you, brother. Anyhow, a couple of you guys, I'm only kidding, Roy. Thank you. White wall wheels and what? I didn't see that. White wall wheels, one hardcore MOH. All right. I don't know you. You're new. Let's see. All right. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and bring him up here. 2 or 3 of you guys were correct on who my special guest is tonight. And there he is, Mr. John Dilley.
Yay. Hey, everyone. How you doing?
How's it going, John?
Real good. Real good.
How are the grandkids doing?
Oh, they're doing pretty good. You got to see Firecracker a little bit ago.
Yeah, I did.
Everybody else is downstairs. So
thank you, Anthony Beata. I appreciate that. Let's see, Grandpa. Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sparky. Anyhow, I didn't go through all my stuff. I should have, and I left out a whole bunch of stuff. But I do want to say about the live streams for our weekly live streams. On Monday night we have Just Nate. He's on at 7, and then at 8 o'clock, Tom's Trains and Things. On Tuesday, we have On Track Tuesday, and that usually starts around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm giving you all Eastern Times, guys. On Wednesday, we have Sparky at 107 at 7 o'clock, and then we have Michael McCarville directly after him. Thursday, we have Hot Rod Rodney. Friday, you got to deal with me, of course. You guys know that. Saturday, we have Back on Track, 10 o'clock Eastern time, 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. And I don't remember if this one is Friday or Saturday, but RWC Toyman, I don't remember if he's Friday night or Saturday morning. Passing by you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And Sunday, we have Nora and also Sidetrack Sunday, which I believe do you know who's going to be on that one, John?
That's going to be hosted by Ray this week.
Ray Bell?
Yeah.
Okay. Big Tree 74. How's it going, Brad? Nice to see you in here. All right. And I want to mention one live stream that I was in last night, I believe it was, and I don't know if they're going to do a regular thing or not, but I want to mention Crossroads Anchors. They did Cross Anchors, yeah. They did a live stream last night, or I think it was last night. The only bad thing about those guys is they like those big locomotives. I'm sorry, Brian and Mark. I just had to get that in there.
Yeah. We're getting more scales with us now, you know.
Yeah. Now we have Z all the way up to O gauge.
Yeah.
We got Z scale Ray is in here that does Z scale, and then we have quite a few N scalers, quite a few HO scalers, and now we have O scalers.
O scale, and let's see, what's that? Joelle is HON3.
HON30, yeah, HON30. Yeah, hello, CP368. How's it going? Nice to see you in here. All right. I'm going to take a drink here. I'm already getting dry.
Yeah, I know how that is. Filled my cup up before we got started.
Now, I've been watching this, the Bridge Guys. Is that what it's called? The Bridge Guys?
Yeah, the Bridge Guys, yeah.
And all three of you have different bridges to do?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, do you think that you can do that for me?
Well, sure. It's got smaller, might have some smaller parts than I'm used to dealing with, but yeah, I can probably build that one. Might take, well, I'd say probably still take about a month.
I didn't even look. This was given. It wasn't given to me. It was Dave BNSF N Scale said for me to take a look at it.
Yeah.
And I did. I looked at it, and I just put it right back down.
Yeah.
One thing I forgot to mention in my intro stuff here, I received a box today, and that box was from Manny Fernandez, and I know he's in here. I saw him earlier, and he wants me to do a build for him, and he wants me to do this MyJack crane for him. It's an N-scale MyJack crane, and what I like about doing this build for this guy, I get experience on building my own. So thank you, Manny. All right. All right, John. You ready for the hot seat?
I hope so.
How and when did you get started in YouTube?
Let's see. I got started on YouTube in 2012, I think probably in the spring, but we didn't have a layout or anything yet. I think I was just going on checking out videos and stuff. And then at Christmas, actually just before Christmas, I was looking to get William, into the electric trains because he's had the Wood and Thomas stuff, and we had a lot of that stuff and made all kinds of trackage and everything around the house. So I wanted him to come up to the next level. And once I ordered the train set, then I started looking on YouTube so I could get some ideas to how to build a basic bench work for the layout, and which we didn't really start doing that until I want to say February in 2013 is when we started on that. Because before that, we were still doing on the floor and taking it apart. And he had Legos and he built some cool stuff like that. So it was pretty cool start.
All right. Who or what got you interested in you doing live streams?
Well, I'm going to have to say my big brother Vinny and my little brother Sparky, because my first live stream was done at Vinny's house in October 2018. And I did, I did a 39-second little intro thing to let everybody know we were going to go live. And then I did almost a half hour. And we were switching between between your camera and Sparky's camera.
Is that the night that we were doing the 4 on my layout?
No, that was just the 3 of us.
Oh, it was just the 3 of us. Okay.
Yeah, that was just the 3 of us.
You have to forgive me. I'm an old man. My memory is gone.
It's all your fault. It started at your house.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it's at that time though, it was because after that, I went to Oregon to visit my daughter. But after I left your house and got home, I had hit the 250 subscriber mark. And prior to that, I hit the 100 subscriber mark in April, and Uncle Wilmer won that contest. So I thought, all right, well, YouTube's allowing us to go live on our phones. And I thought, well, I'll try it on the train, and did a couple of little short ones on my way up. And then on the way back was when the contest was going to be. And I think I managed to stay live for about a half an hour on that. So it worked out. And then something happened with YouTube, and they, cut the legs out from under us little guys, and we couldn't live stream anymore from our phone. I mean, we can do it on the laptop, but
I will remind all of you guys that are in the chat right now, if any of you have a question for John, just go ahead and post it up there. And if I see it or he sees it, he will answer it.
Yes, Sparky, that was the night that I won your contest.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Me and you were trying to decide which one of us was going to pull the names out of the hat, and he just sat there and pulled name out of the hat.
And that was in train room number 1, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I remember that now. Hello, Joel. How's it going? Container Man 68, my little brother. Nice to see you in here. Who else we got? I think we got everybody. We got 69 people in here. Now I want to know you guys are subscribing to those 2 channels I post, or that Sparky posted for me. I want to tell Ralph that I hope he has a good time this weekend. Ralph Greenwood. He has a wedding that he's going to be doing this weekend with his son or his nephew, I believe, and that's why he's not posting my links for me tonight. Hello, Lance. How's it going, buddy? Nice to see you in here. So,
right, Sparky.
I gracefully asked my little brother Sparky if he would post the links for me, and he did. Thank you, Sparky. I appreciate that. New Fenris Robot, I believe I said hello to you earlier, and you were one of the ones that guessed John Dilley.
Yeah, he was the first one, I think.
Yeah, did I tell you that's a nice shirt that you're wearing there?
Oh, yeah, you like that?
John is the type of guy that he got bored at home one weekend, and he says, "Hey, can I drive out to your house?"
Yeah, I may have to do that again here soon. I got some vacation time I got to use.
Oh, there you go. Well, all you got to do is let me know you're coming.
Yeah.
Maybe at the same time, maybe Roy will be in town too. That would be
well. That's what I'm hoping. So I'm gonna kind of wait and see if he's able to make it out there or not. And then
all right. Next question: What do you like about live streams?
Well, I like it's pretty much like everybody else. I like the camaraderie that we have. The chat just goes off. I mean, there's sometimes just a whole nother tangent happens over there in the chat, and it's rolling so fast because you're the one doing the live. You can't catch up with all that stuff.
I know.
I mean, even right now, I'm trying to keep an eye on it, and it's just.
And I'm not even using YouTube. I'm just on StreamYards looking at the chat here. Sometimes it goes slow, and sometimes it just blasts.
It just goes boom, yeah.
Anthony Dodge, the model rail outsider. How's it going, my friend? Nice to see you in here. Mystic Southern Railway. Nice to see you in here.
Mystic. Dr. Johnny Fever. Yes.
All right. So now that we know what you like about it, what do you dislike about it?
Well, I mean, let's see about 4 weeks ago, I filled in for Ray. And as we all know, it seems that all live streams never seem to go off as planned.
No,
so it's the technical difficulties that I don't like, but I mean, you guys hung in there with me and I made light of it. You know, I mean, you got to laugh about it at some point, but when it's happening to you right in that moment, there's no laughing going on at all. You're just like total panic mode, and then
exactly.
Just
when the first
off, you know, and just
when the first little thing starts to go wrong, I panic right away.
Oh yeah.
And then when you're panicking, you can't do it. In fact, that's another thing I wanted to apologize for. This past Wednesday night was the Community Roundhouse, supposed to be premiere video. So first of all, it took an hour and a half to upload it to YouTube, and I was running late as it was. Now, again, earlier I mentioned about contractors and stuff like that. So I'm on the phone with my lender. I have a contractor here who's giving me prices, and there was something else going on. 3 things that were going on. Plus, I was trying to upload this video. So when I set it up as a premiere, I put the time in as 5:45 instead of 2:45 or whatever it was supposed to be. And John Schoolkill texts me and he says, "Do you know you put that up at 5:45?" I said, "No." I went back and looked at it. So now I'm in total panic mode, right? And so I go back and change it. When I changed it, I didn't put it down as a premiere. I just uploaded it as a video. And so it just got uploaded as a video. And then on top of that, I got a couple of complaints. Well, not complaints, but some people brought some stuff to my attention that there was over 15 advertisements in that 1 hour show.
Wow.
And I don't know how that happened, because all I do is the ones at the beginning. That's all I do on mine. And I don't do any, I don't think I do any in the middle or something like that. But 2 or 3 people told me that, yeah, there was like more.
I've noticed that a lot on a lot of people that, you know, a lot of you guys that are monetized. It just seems like you'll be going and you're getting to the best part of the video, and boom, a commercial comes on, and then you get through that, and then you go a couple more minutes, then another one comes on, and you know, it's like, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I got a couple questions thrown at me here in the.
Hold on a minute, John. Thank you, Manny. I appreciate that, buddy. And Mike from Crossed Anchors, I want to let you know that I am running this through OBS right now. Just to let you know on that. All right, go ahead. I didn't see the questions, John. I've been looking.
I didn't see the one Wilmer had, but I saw the one that Heath had, and they're both pertain to the mustache.
Okay.
I'll go to Heath first. The reason for the mustache happened, I don't know, 40 some odd years ago. I was looking at some pictures with my grandfather in Nebraska, and we came across one that this guy had a big mustache, and nobody in my family had facial hair. You know, nobody was wearing it. You know, I had an uncle that might grow a beard once in a great while, but so I thought, a mustache. That would be a cool thing. And he had a big, bushy mustache. Well, over the years, I've met some people, and there's a guy back home. He plays some awesome bluegrass. Mike Bing. Now he's got a mustache that I'm just totally jealous of. I mean, bushier and makes mine look like nothing,
So my question would be, and I think I probably asked you this question probably 100 times already. Does it get in the way when you're eating or drinking?
Right now I'm at the point where I have to trim because I can take a bite of something and I'll bite down on my mustache. So
that's funny.
Yeah, and to grow it in, Wilmer, to grow it in just straight out from blank surface to where it is now, it takes I want to say a good 3 months because when my daughter got married 3 years ago, I wanted like just a trim right down here, and they didn't do that. They went like this. And I mean, oof.
That must have
I
hurt.
went from rehearsal dinner having a big bushy mustache the Friday night, and then Saturday I show up at the wedding, and you can see all my teeth and everything. And it's like, where's the mustache? But I got a lot of compliments on it. They said I cleaned up nice. So
thank you, Sparky, and I will do that.
Grease for
maybe
the
a little help there. Container Man gave me $5 for grease for your handlebars.
So you want me to look like Dennis Gage on this old car?
So yeah, all right. So let's continue on.
Okay.
Do you have a worst live stream? Thank you, JMHS.
The worst live stream. Wow, I can't.
Hang on a minute, John. JMHS, would you mind telling us what those initials stand for? I would appreciate that, and thank you very much for the contribution. Let's see. Okay, John.
What was that question again? Lost my train of thought. Just went.
Train of thought has left the station, as Keith would say. Do you have a worst live stream?
Live stream. I'd have to say maybe on the train where I didn't know how my signal was going to show, and then it just and it was really towards the end of my contest giveaway that it just kind of went off, and then it took me a little bit to come back, and then I posted it up and said lost, and it got a few people in there, and that would have to be my worst, I would have to say, because the one that I just recently had, it was me pushing a button that I shouldn't have pushed. It happens, and I had to. I ended up resending a link to Rick because I had him down in the basement. He was sitting there like, "What the heck happened?" You're here, and all of a sudden you're gone, and I'm just left in the basement. And then he got, then I gave him a link, to come in. He goes, "Oh boy, I'm going to another." So it made for I don't know, funny. I mean, I think I was looking. I think
even if it was funny, it was still probably a pain in the butt because it happened.
Oh, because behind the screens, Vinny, when you're sitting like you're in panic mode. Yep. You're like, all right, I know this works. I know how to do this. Why isn't it working?
Yeah, exactly.
And it just. But like I said, everybody hung in with me. I think I had dead air for almost 2 minutes. I was just blank. Like, what the heck?
How's it going, Nathan DeLay? Glad you can make it in. And by the way, JMHS, his name is Jesus Manuel Hernandez Salinas.
Hello.
So welcome aboard, buddy, and keep up the good work on your layout, man. I hope you get the subscribers I want you to get tonight, because your layout is definitely 100% worth watching and subscribing to your channel.
He said to call him Jess.
Let call him Jeff.
Jess.
Oh, Jess. Okay, Jess. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. You answered that question. Okay. Where are we? Okay. So now we know that you had a worst live stream. Did you have a best live stream?
My best, right currently, my best live stream was so far to date was the in between over at your house. It's the one that's had the most views. I was showing off your layout and answering questions, as best I could about your layout.
Uh,
Um, yeah, that's the best one so far. I mean, I had the glitch a couple weeks ago. That was a good one. I mean, gosh, we went almost 2 hours, I think, with that.
yep. We got a question up there from Mike at Cross Anchors. I want to know what the orange car is in your garage.
The orange car in the garage is a 1976 Plymouth Valari Roadrunner. It has a 360 4-barrel, 4-speed transmission. Car came originally with a 318 2-barrel and an overdrive 4-speed. The 4-speed that's in it now came out of a 68 Roadrunner that was raced at Saugus Speedway, Vinny. So the gearing in that transmission, with the highway gears in the car, means, and I don't do it very often when I have done it, but I can go 55 miles an hour in first gear.
Yeah.
And when I come out of third gear, I'm in the 110 or 15 plus range.
Yep.
So when we get into fourth gear, I really don't know what top speed is on that car.
So
I don't want to find out, because on the road it just starts washing out, because I set it up to go straight line. So I took out the rubber mounts in the front where the cross member goes in. I've got steel. They're probably about an inch thick steel or so. So they're solid.
You got a question from Weber Motorero, or actually a statement. He says, put a pair of mirrors on JD's handlebars. Thank you, Lance. Appreciate that, buddy. All right, let's see. All right, so we get back to my questions. How long have you been doing live streams?
2 years.
2 years.
Yes. And they've been very, very limited until recently. I'm just starting to roll back into it with Ray and Rick doing this project that we did. So
I guess Mike likes Roadrunners.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've been giving him a hard time to get all the junk off of that car and get it running, so we can see how it sounds.
Yeah, we're supposed to, at least get it running. So I've got headers on it. The exhaust is unhooked, so I definitely want to crank it up and video it and let you guys hear it, or plug your ears maybe.
All right. Let's see. Any other questions in the audience here?
Oh, I see.
Let's see.
Rick.
How many hours has JP put on bridge? Well, you'll have to ask him. Rick Bailey wants to know how many hours you put in on your bridge build.
Well, Rick, I'm going to have to be honest with you. I didn't put near as many as you did. And I think that's only because I had built the first bridge 2 months prior to that. So I had an edge on that. So I would have to honestly say about 16 hours, because when we first got it started on the build, I had that problem with my finger. So I wasn't doing things as often. But by the second episode that we were getting ready to do, I was caught back up. But I would honestly have to say, for me on this build, it was 16 hours. On the first build, I would probably put it somewhere close to 40, because I made some mistakes on that one and caught them before it was too late, and so, yeah, it was.
Humanity Junction got a question for you. What's the thing hanging behind you, hanging on the bookshelf?
Right here? That is a snowflake that Kimberly made for me probably about 2 or 3 years ago. I think she was either 6 or 7 years old. And she looked at it not too long ago and she says, I don't remember how I made that.
All right, Nathan Delay, John Dilly. Do you know any scratch builders besides me and Vinny?
No, he builds kits. I know there's some out there, but that come to mind right off the bat, no. Well, no, I'll take that back. Wilmer, Ron Piskel.
Yep. Yep.
Let's see, there was Linda. I can't think of her.
Linda.
She's
Linda,
up in Canada, right? I think she was in Canada.
Linda Lowe. Linda Lowe.
Yeah.
Lowellville Junction.
Yes.
Yes. I thought the same thing, Keith. I thought the bookshelf was much further away than it actually is, because
the angle of my.
Yeah, it's the perception of the camera makes it look like it's like way back further, but it's like right there. That's funny. Mark from Stu Structures. Well, wait. If he's here, hello, Mark. How's it going, buddy? Nice to see you. Steve Childers. Childers. Let's see, what does he have to say? Nope, wrong one. Oops. Oopsie. These things go so fast when you go on to click before you know it's the next person.
Okay. Steve 87th.
Dwayne Fork and Spoon. He says he does scratch build.
Yes. I've watched.
Right.
Names, I'm put on the spot. I can't think.
And Lehigh River Subdivision. Good color choice. I think that's not the one. It's this one that I wanted to do. Oops. Hold on. Martin. Yeah, Martin. There you go. Martin Seasmar. I do scratch build only when necessary.
Well, I'm going to be diving into a scratch build here pretty soon because I got to do stuff for the brewery that we've got going. That's just kind of setting there right now. Let's see. Steve 87th wants to know how many hours did Kimberly put into building the bridge. She didn't put any time in building the bridge, but she did come on, give me some support when they were over here visiting and brought me gummy worms. Sour gummy worms. The good stuff.
We got a question from Wilmer. How big is your layout?
Uncle Wilmer, my layout is 14 feet long, 8 feet wide. The section that's by the garage door is the 4x8 section. Everything else is 2x8. Well, actually, I've got 2x4 table there. Then I've got the little bridge section that goes across, and then that's a 6-foot table. So yeah, that's all. It's 14 by 8. William wants to go up another level.
Yeah, figures. Joel says, "Good to see you still have your ponytail."
Yeah, it's still hanging in here. There are times I think about getting rid of it, but my kids really throw a fit, believe it or not. No, you're not cutting that off. And then when I go visit back home, everybody wants, do you still have your ponytail? Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, everybody's been asking me, why did I cut my hair? Well, it gets really hot in Arizona. And to have all that hair on your head just makes you sweat way too much. We'll see when when it starts getting cooler here, I might just grow it. I already started to grow it. I told the last haircut that I went for, I said, leave the back alone. So let's see what we got here. Nate. Now, is this person here this is not Nate that we know, right?
Yeah, that's Nate. I think he changed his name.
Oh, this is Nate Klein?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ty Dofton, I'm pretty sure that's him.
Ty Dofton, yeah.
Because I know he's involved with the East Broad Top.
Well, Nate, if it's you, I'm sorry if I didn't respond to you, but I'm glad.
I believe that's him. I could be wrong.
That's what I'm thinking. I didn't know. I didn't know if he actually changed it. Let's see.
because I haven't seen him under the other name. So
Yeah, Engineer Hall, nice new video. Yankee Dabbler newsletter going out tomorrow. Lots of end skill stuff and new item for fall festival. Also, Robert, I don't know if you saw this, but be prepared on October 3rd to get invaded by a bunch of my subscribers. I watched Jerry Satteriel's video today, and I guess he's putting together a small little meet and greet. As far as I know, it's going to be him. It's going to be Georgia Sunbelt Anthony. It's going to be, I think, now I'm just naming names, Rick Bailey. It might be Ian. I'm not 100% sure, but what they have planned is for all of them to go out to breakfast, and then they're going to go invade Yankee Dabbler in New Jersey.
see, that is Nate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Let's see. I saw something else in here. What was it?
What is this one? Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, Wilma.
I was driving home when that happened. Hey, Joel. I haven't had a haircut in 16 years.
Woo! 16 years.
Yeah. My hair don't grow fast. It just falls out.
Hey, we got a question from Heath over there. What is your favorite meal to eat and favorite meal to cook?
Ooh, favorite meal to eat.
I tell you, since I've gotten these things in my mouth, I eat everything now. Hey, Mr. Richard Hall.
Oh, that is a tough one. You're not fair. Favorite meal to eat. Oh, I like. I'd have to go with Thanksgiving dinner. That's always been one of my favorites. The turkey breast, the dressing, the cranberries, the pumpkin pie. Mind you, I make pumpkin pies, and I think the last couple of years between Thanksgiving and Christmas, I make about 20 pies a year.
Wow.
And my favorite thing to cook is, and I do like ribeye steaks, but I don't get to eat them very often. A ribeye steak with a baked potato and corn on the cob.
Jerry Satteriello actually has a question for me. Oh no, JD, he's got a question for you. Where is back home?
Back home is West Virginia, Marlinton, West Virginia. If to get people to really honestly know where I'm from, if anybody skis in the back east, then you know about Snowshoe Ski Resort.
All right, we got a question from Mr. Fred Wild. Grandpa, what is your favorite part of the hobby?
My favorite part is buying things. My least favorite part, paying for them.
Yeah, really.
But seriously, I'm in the stage of, I mean, we really don't have a lot of scenery going on our layout per se yet, but I like getting the track to flow properly, doing the track work, I guess you could say. But sometimes that's a bear. You have your, it's like everything else you do. Like I've done any rail, had that, or if you sit down and sketch out on paper or try these other things, always when you go to put it down and make it live, it doesn't always work. You have to adjust things, and my thing is as I'm doing a layout or doing my track work, I'll see something, and I'm like, oh wait, this will look better if I do this. It'll flow better, and I end up that piece of paper. Well, that might be a guide.
That's all.
But that's about all it's going to be, at least as far as I'm concerned, because I change things so often, and that's why I I don't really glue everything down. I hit it in spots on my track.
Yep, that's exactly.
And I
what
have
I'm
an
doing.
old bread knife that when I need to make a change, I slide it underneath there and
Yep, there you go.
right up. And I don't use cork road bed.
All right, we got a question from Anthony Georgia Sunbelt. JD, you miss West Virginia or prefer California?
I miss West Virginia. California, because I've been living between West Virginia and California over the last 35 years. California has gotten to the point where it's unsustainable, and we're talking about sometime. I'm waiting to see what the son-in-law and the daughter look at doing, and they're talking about moving out, getting out of the state. So I welcome anything of that. But if that don't happen, I may retire myself to West Virginia, and they can come visit me, and I'll maybe in the wintertime, if it's a cold winter, I'll go plant myself at each one of my kids' houses.
Yeah,
I'll spend a month with each one of them and then come back home.
Mystic Southern Railway wants to know, do the country roads take you home?
Yes, they do. They take me home as soon as I get to White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, and I hit Route 92. Because once you're off the interstate, that's the country roads going back home.
Fred Wild wants to know, what is your day job?
I work at a Chevy dealership. I am the lead back counter parts guy. I deal with technicians all day long. Once a month, we rotate on Saturdays, so because we're open 6 days a week. And once a month on Saturdays, for an hour, I have to deal with the public because the retail guy comes in at 7, checks in the order, and then he leaves at 4 o'clock because can't have no overtime. But,
Humanity Junction wants to know, how did you meet the Cuz?
We didn't meet in person until a train show in Pomona.
Yes, that's right.
And we first got acquainted on YouTube. It was Vinny and Chuck Baker who pushed me into putting out videos. If it weren't for those two guys, I wouldn't have started putting videos out.
And you know,
as time went along, this Sparky character made a comment on one of my videos, and and I went over and saw what he was doing. And at the time, both of us were we were using the Easy Track, the Bachmann Easy Track, and so we made comments, and we're going to watch each other, and we've I don't know, gosh, that's probably been 4 or 5 years ago, maybe.
Mark Saunders basically has the same question. So, Mark, he just answered that question from Heath. We met at a train show a few years ago. I don't know what.
Yeah.
4 years ago, 5 years ago.
I think somewhere like that. We have I think the shortest video in history up on. It's about 11 seconds long. William shot it. He didn't take very much of a video. He just caught me and Vinny meeting each other, and then he stopped.
In case you guys want to know what I was doing in California at the time, there's one of my subscribers that lives here that has a small retail thing that he does at train shows. And because I wasn't working, he asked me if I'd go along and help him out with the train show. We'd leave here on Thursday night or early Friday morning, get set up and stuff like that. And at the train show is when I met John. And I think he came up to me and said, "I know you." Is that how we met? Did you say something like that to me?
Something like that, yeah. Because we were looking for you when we came in. Because I said I know him. I know he's here. So
All right.
That was where it was and we've blossomed into this.
Brotherhood.
Now, it's a great friendship.
More brotherhood than friendship.
Yeah, true.
All right. I got another question for you. What would you tell someone that wants to start doing live streams?
Do it.
Do it.
Before you do it, make sure you. I mean, a lot of times, a lot of people fly by the seat of their pants and just go on and just throw yourself out there and see who's in it. If somebody comes in to chat and get a subject going out of the chat, or you start your stream with an idea. A lot of people use a script. They have things they write down. Vinny has notes. Sparky has notes. Everybody's got some kind of note. Wilmer has stuff. I mean, you watch everybody that's on here. They've got something that they look down and have references for.
Exactly.
That makes the live stream move a lot smoother.
Hello, Michael McCarville. How's it going, my friend? Nice to see you in here. Let's see. All right, I got another question. Okay. How did you come up with your username? Well, John Dilly. How'd you come up with that name there, Mr. Dilly?
Grandpa Rails. That belongs to Bob Lacey, Long Shadows Model Trees.
Uh-huh.
He and I were. I met up with him 2 years ago. It was actually before I got out to your place. And he lives in Tehachapi. So if anybody knows about the world famous Tehachapi Loop, he knows the best rail fan spots up and down that whole line right there. So I went over there. I was going to go visit a friend up in Northern California. So I spent the night over there in Tehachapi, met up with Bob the next morning, and we rail fanned pretty much the whole day. And he took me to a lot of places. And one time we were just waiting on trains to show up, and he was talking about watching my videos and stuff. And he said there was one that he heard me say that it sounded like I said Grandpa Rails. And I go, Grandpa Rails. I said, that sounds like a good name.
Really?
So I took it from that point and ran with it. And of course I guess I changed the name last year. I'm not even sure. I'd have to go back and look at my videos.
Wilmer's getting back on the note thing. He says that's why we need notes.
Well, yeah.
Hello, Matt Brower. How's it going, buddy? You got that video up yet for that build that I did for you? I'm giving him a hard time. Matt got his build that I did for him. He got it about a week ago, and he did a short video for me to see how it looks, putting it all together and stuff. Yeah. And he is going to do a video on how it looks on his layout for everybody to see. Let's see. Sparky, 2 years ago, just after my visit.
Yeah. Okay, am I a bona fide hillbilly like the Clampetts? 50%.
Oh, 50%.
The other, I'm a corn husker. So if anybody out there knows what a corn husker is, I'm from Nebraska. I was born in Nebraska. I lived there for the first 12 years of my life. My dad's from West Virginia. So then we moved to West Virginia and I became a mountaineer.
There you go.
So, yeah, I'm about half hillbillies.
Yeah, let's see. Hello, Caboose 21. Nice to see you make it in here tonight, my friend. Let's see. What's this one? Grandpa Rail is huge supporter of the live stream. Yes, he is. He is very big supporter of all the live streams. John is.
Yeah, I try to encourage everybody and, keep them going.
Now, I got a question for you guys. Joel does HN30. Nate does HON3. Are they the same or are they different? Can anybody answer that question?
Right.
Joel says, I'm an Oklahoman redneck raised in Kays.
Kansas City, Kansas, yeah.
Kansas, yeah. All right. Here's another question. Can you fix a car without a manual?
car setting down in the garage, the orange one, you betcha. I can do that car with my eyes closed. A little note on that car. I've had that car since December 18th, 1981. This year will be the 39th year, and I hate to tell all you guys that are married out there, but that's the best relationship I've had in my life with a woman outside of my kids.
Rick Bailey has a question for you. You seem well traveled. What states have you not been in?
I have not been in Wyoming. Let's see, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut, Massachusetts. I've pretty much been, I haven't been to Louisiana or Mississippi. Those are pretty much all the lower 48 I haven't been to, and I haven't been to Hawaii or Alaska.
CP368 Productions, HON30 is 30-inch gauge HO on N-track. Okay, thank you. And then Michael McCarville. Hold it, what happened? Uh-oh. Oh, sure, right? That's coming now.
It's a live stream.
Let's see. HON3 is 36 spacing instead of 30-inch. Oh, okay. So there is a little bit of a difference on these. And I would have to actually see it in person to see the difference, you know. Like the guys at Crossed Anchors, they were showing the difference between scale and gauge the other night.
Yeah, you know, I didn't realize there was that big of a difference.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Let's see. Kevin Brown. Let's see. Kevin Brown. The difference HON30 is HO on N scale track equaling about 30 inches in scale. HON3 track is slightly wider and equals 36 inches or 3-inch scale. All right. Well, thank you for the information, guys. I appreciate that.
Really.
Oh, and Joelle is saying mine is O scale on HO track. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I didn't know all that stuff because I never got past the HO gate, you know, HO scale. You know, it's always been N scale and HO, and
right.
I would like to. I have seen Z scale, but I've never gotten into it, so I don't know. And
the one there's the best, most awesome Z scale layout I've ever seen is always at the Bakersfield Train Show.
Uh-huh.
And those guys, well, I guess there's one guy that does all the detailing, all the buildings and stuff, they said, and everybody else helps with everything else. He's from Germany, and he comes. But I mean, you know, I've got a video of it in my playlist. But it amazes me when you see Z scale. I mean, everybody, I mean, you're looking at it, running on the coffee table or in a book or in a lunch pail or whatever. You know, that's how small it is.
Really.
But to have this, I mean, this is a big layout.
I remember seeing that one in one of the shows in California when I was working there with the art.
It may have been down there.
I think, yeah, that's that. And I mean, that Z scale layout was tremendously big. Holy miracle! And they had container ships and all kinds of stuff.
That's the one. That's the one.
Cross Anchors Railroad. I want to just mention one thing to you. On your live stream that you were doing the other night, I was trying to tell you to turn down the YouTube volume. That's why you were getting that looping going on. And I'm glad you finally saw it and took care of it. But you guys did a good show that night, and I enjoyed watching it. So thank you very much.
Yeah, they do good stuff. I like their stuff.
Here's a question from Heath again. Do you meditate or do yoga? Would you recommend any model of railroaders?
Well, what I recommend to everyone when you're working on something, it doesn't matter whether it's model railroading, a car, putting together some IKEA stuff, or whatever. If you start getting to that point where you feel yourself getting frustrated, put everything down and walk away.
Yep, exactly.
Walk away. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, or you could just leave it for a day or two.
And that applies to anything that you do in life or
Yeah.
modeling or whatever. I remember when I was working on the cars that I'd work on, get a little frustrated on what I was doing because I couldn't get my hands in there or something like that. At the time I was smoking, so I'd walk outside the shop and light up a cigarette and sit out there and chit chat with my boss for a little bit and then go back in and get a whole new outlook on it and be able to take care of it with no problem.
Right.
And I call that adapting and overcoming. That's what I call it.
Yes.
Yeah, let's see. And John says, John 26. How you doing, John 2618? I missed it earlier. That works for a lot of situations, and
Yes, it does.
It does. I when I do my builds, I will leave my build on either my counter or my kitchen or my dining room table, and I'll just leave it there, and I'll just keep walking by it every day and looking at it and looking at it.
Well, yeah. To be honest, I did that with the bridge. I had the pieces sitting there. They're calling me. Come put us together. Come put us together. I'm sitting there. No, not right now. Not right now. Just
yeah, and the reason why I do it is because I am a proportion freak, and so every time I walk by it, I have to look at it and say, okay, does that look right? I mean, does it flow good?
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I told Matt when I was doing his build. Now he had given me 2 kits to do for him. One was the one of them that he wanted me to add to the original building. When I put it together and I started marking things up, with Scotch tape, with masking tape and stuff, it just didn't look right. So I told him, I said, Matt, I hate to tell you this, I'm just going to go ahead and build a couple of buildings to make this look right, but I'm going to keep the kit you sent me as payment. He said, go for it. And I said, okay.
Yeah.
So Matt, I know I know you said you weren't going to be in here too much longer, but I just want you to know that I did pay it forward. The kit that I kept, I paid it forward to Ralph Greenwood. So you'll be seeing a video from him on your kit that I sent him for his layout. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Mystic Railway, have you ever become violent? Oh man, what a loaded question.
Okay, I'll go back to when I was starting to build the bench work, the very first table. And model railroader, they have this thing where you use the thin plywood, for your legs and all this stuff. Well, I was trying to get that to work. And, William was with me, he was 6 years old. And the leg just was not cooperating. It was not. And I just had a fit and I broke it. And I said, okay, William, I said, this is not how you do things. This is not how you do things. Grandma did something bad. We don't do it this way. After I got done telling him that, we got in the truck, we went to Lowe's, and I bought 2x4s, and I built a table.
Was it you that was here when we did the 4 live streams at one night?
Yes.
Okay. If you want to talk about violence on my layout, Sparky can verify this one for sure. I was having problems, as anytime friends come over, anytime the camera goes on, something messes up. And I kept having issues with cars derailing. So I took one car and I just flung it across the room and crashed it into the wall.
Oh, boy, did he, too. That came off the train. I was working.
What did you make the decision to? I don't get that question. I don't get that question, Heath. What did you make the decision to? Why did you make the decision to? Okay.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
You understand that?
No, he got another. I think it leads into this other question, maybe.
Oh, okay.
You rubbed the lamp and a genie came out. What are your 3 wishes? Wow. Okay. Wish number 1, to be living outside the state of California. Wish number 2, in a garage, to have a garage with a room on top, room for my cars, and let's see, in the garage would be room for the cars, and upstairs would be just enough space. I have like a bedroom and whatever up there, and then maybe a sink and a refrigerator and whatnot, and everything else at the top part of that garage would be layout. Let's see, what else we got in here? What's the favorite area of model? My favorite, what's the favorite area? Favorite area. Now, are you talking about the favorite area, the favorite thing about model railroading? Well, I would have to say my favorite thing is coming on to the live chats, doing the, being with these shows, being in the chat, talking to everybody is probably one of my favorite thing to do with this hobby. I mean, we've got all these great shows that are on, and all of us, I feel like, we have these, we're in the chat, but we're having these conversations with each other, and we're not doing it once a week. We're doing it like 3 or 4 or 5 times a week, maybe more than that, with all the different streams. So we get to know each other. So whenever, we get to do a meet and greet somewhere, it's awesome to meet people that you already know. You just haven't met them in person.
Right.
That's what I thought was great about, my first meet and greet was really over at Steamtown, and then I did at Vinny's, because I got to meet Sparky. I did Vinny's first. Vinny was my first meet and greet, and that's where I met Sparky.
Right.
And then after that, it was Steamtown, and then after that, it was Vinny's again, where I met Roy, because Roy and I had been trying to meet each other, because he drives through my area, but sometimes he gets through here and I'm still sleeping, and he's way the hell down. When I get a note from him, he's way the hell south of me, and there's no way I can get down to him because he's hours away by that point.
Okay, here's another question from Humanity Junction. Question: do you like George Barris? If you could have him design a car for you, what would you want?
Oh gosh, Heath likes those questions. George Barris, yes. I do like George Barris. He made a lot of cool cars. Wow, I would. That's a hard one to say. It would definitely be a Mopar. Definitely be a Mopar. I don't know. Something that he could. Wow, that's. I don't know, Heath. You kind of got me stumped. I'm not quite sure how to answer that one. I know it'd be a Mopar, but I'm not sure exactly how I would have it done.
Do you see Container Man's statement?
Not another 4-way live stream with your brothers and drinking special towers. Yeah, we need another one, but I mean, we can't do it this year, but maybe when you get out there, at the end of next month, maybe, or the 1st of November, possibly.
I don't think he's going to make it this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he even said it a while ago. He said even if they opened the borders, he'd still be afraid to get on a plane with all the close quarters. Now,
yeah.
I got to say one thing. Now, my daughter went up to Washington State. She goes there every summer. She goes up there for a week or 10 days or whatever. And she flew up there. She said that the plane was like totally empty. They had a choice of where they wanted to sit. That's how empty the plane was. So
that's the way I hear how Amtrak is. And Amtrak right now, I believe it starts on the 10th of October. Their long distance trains, they're only going to run 3 days a week. And from what I understand, the seating is kind of the same way.
Well, Mr. Frank Neer, you and I are on the same level because the last hot rod I had was a 69 Chevelle.
Yeah, my cousin had one, had the 396 4-speed in it.
Yeah, that's the Chevelle that I had. I knew the original owner, and I knew every owner up until I bought it. It was born 396, 375 Super Sport.
Yeah.
And then it gradually went to L88, two L88s, and then finally, when I got the car, it had a 1964 Corvette fuel-injected motor in it. And that car was, I mean, for a small block and in such a heavy car, ran really good. It ran 1220 to 118 miles an hour, so I was happy. I mean, I did do a little work to the motor. You know, I did port and polish on the valves. I followed, and you probably know this, John, because you work for Chevrolet. If you remember the book, How to Build a Small Block Chevrolet by Smokey Yurnick.
Oh, yeah.
I bought everything that he had. He had a parts list that was 2 pages long.
Yeah.
When I went to my Chevy dealership and I ordered every one of those parts, pistons, camshaft, valve springs, everything you could think of, you know, titanium 202 valves and, you know, 180 something exhaust valves, whatever they were. Anyhow, I ordered everything in that. And for not doing any boring and you know, and stroking or anything like that, it ran good. It ran really good.
Damn, Joel, that's awesome.
72 Camaro, yeah. I put it 1996 with 6.1s. Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, you're a hot little girl there, Joel. Here's another question from Heath. If you had someone to modify your Roadrunner, would you choose George Barris or Chip? Or
You're not being fair. Heath.
Really? I don't know George Barris. I do know a little bit Pimp My Ride, but if I had a choice, I would go with Foose, Chip Foose.
Foose, yeah. I've seen a lot of his work. And of course, being out here, you get to. So,
Indian Head Wilma wants to know, John, what is your favorite locomotive that you own?
I have a Bachmann Spectrum Shay. I love the Shay locomotives, but this one, for whatever reason, the front truck stuff won't stay together on it. I have no idea. I don't know what's going on with that, but that would be my favorite when I was running it. It's kind of hard to put on the layout, but I need to get that front part of it fixed.
Oh, really? See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's rough.
George Barris designed the Batmobile. Well,
yeah, he did the Batmobile. He did the Monkey Mobile. He did all the Munster cars.
All right, I have a question for you. What came first, the hobby or the YouTube?
Well, the hobby was always there. I just hadn't gotten really active in it. So, because when I was younger and I was in the Cub Scouts and stuff, and they had a magazine called Boys Life. I don't even know if they still have it.
I remember that. Yeah.
And they always had these great articles for model railroading. And I always dreamed, you know, as a kid of putting something together like that they had in the magazine and stuff. And so that was always there. The hobby was always there, but I never really got to, you know, life got in the way, and I never got to do anything until, you know, 6 years ago.
And this is exactly what we always talk about. We start out on one thing, we get a tangent, and we go off to the left,
Yeah,
and off to the right.
yeah, we do.
I actually got a couple more questions I want to ask.
Okay.
If you do a weekly show, would you do more than a weekly show?
I don't think I would do more than a weekly show. I think a weekly show would be enough. And depending if you have a half-hour show, you may not have to do as much prep for it. But if you're doing an hour show, you're still, either way you go, you're going to have to prep for it. And if you're doing, more than that, I would say maybe if I were retired, maybe I would do more than one show a week. But I don't know. I think once a week would probably be enough to be satisfactory, I would think, because at a point, you know, and like you guys touch on, you know, they're the subject matter. You know, you have to keep it interesting to keep your people.
I have a question here from Mystic Southern Railway. Why is there so much orange on the screen? Now, I don't know what he means about that. If you're talking about the locomotive behind me, well, it's BNSF. And if you're talking about John's shirt, well,
And the banner.
and the banners. Yeah,
Orange is the color. My railroad colors are orange and black. I got an orange and black car in the garage. So
let's see. Another question from humanity. Would you rather hang out with Vinny or Sparky? Oh, that's a loaded question.
I'm not answering that question.
Take the fifth, John.
I'll take the fifth and I'll drink it too.
That's too funny.
Well, I'll tell you what, Heath, I have a blast when I hang out with both of them. I don't really get to see Sparky one-on-one. So Vinny, I can see one-on-one because I can drive over to his house. Sparky's not that easy to go drive over to.
But wait a minute now. Sparky walked 2,200 miles to come to my house. Why can't you go visit him?
Canada does not want me in their country.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to go into Canada. Let's put it that way. I made a mistake when I was young. I had too many of these. And they will not let anybody in that's had a DUI.
I'm going to figure out how to add orange to my streams. Mike, if you go up on the top of the screen on the right-hand side, you see a place that says edit up there. If you click on that, you're able to change your color. And that's one of the options you get with the free StreamYards. It's a lot of, well, like I said, you know, orange is my color. I like orange. My logo, as you can see, my logo is orange, and my logo is copied after the BNSF colors. And in case you guys don't know, the bird in the middle is actually a phoenix. And I thought it would be very appropriate to put a phoenix in my logo because I live in Phoenix. So that's why I did it.
Roy. Let's see, where am I going to retire? Right now they're looking at maybe Colorado, but I'm trying to steer them away from there because it's getting funny over there. So, but they got to go where it's more feasible for, you know, Brandon and his job. So, me, if I don't end up with them, I may end up in West Virginia because we have property back there. So.
You know, I've never been to any of the mid-Atlantic states on the East Coast. I've not been to D.C. I've not been to Maryland. I've not been to Virginia, any of the Virginias.
Yeah.
You know, all the way down the coast. I mean, I've driven through them to get to Florida when I used to live in New York, but I never actually stopped in them to see what was going on, this and that and everything. But this on the Smithsonian channel on TV. They do Fly Over America, and what they do is they actually fly over each state, and they point out all the places that you would want to go see if you went to that state, and it's very interesting. If you guys got Smithsonian Channel, you ought to check it out. It's really, really cool. Let's see what else we got here. Frank Neer will come on down. I'll put you. Come on now. Where do you live, Frank? I forgot. I know I got your address somewhere, but I forgot where you live. Let's see. I think it's time to block Heath. All right. Anyhow.
Where I saw something here.
I'm looking to question. Here's another one from Heath, I guess. Which was your favorite book from the Twilight series? Where does he come up with all these questions?
I don't know. Twilight series. I don't know if you're talking Twilight Zone. I don't know. I didn't read any Twilight books.
Yeah.
Now, I have read Westerns, so if any of you out there know Louis L'Amour, he's one of the most prolific Western writers that there ever was.
Trying to see what Container Man saying. All my towels are purple. Yeah, and Roy, when I get my new bathroom done, everything's going to be gray in there. I'm getting into this gray motif thing. Let's see. Schuylkill River Valley is a great stream. Thanks, Vinny. Have a good night. Take care, John.
See you later, John. Thanks for stopping.
Yeah, thanks for stopping in, buddy. I appreciate it. Let's see. Well, if no one else has got any more questions for John or for myself, we're going to call this good. We're an hour and 20 minutes already, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. Wow, it went by fast.
Yeah, it did. Let's see. One more. If we can get Container Man to pick me up and take me out to Phoenix, that would be cool. I would like that.
Yeah.
I tell you, I was so disappointed this year when Strasburg was canceled.
Uncle Wilmer, I prefer mixed freight, but I do on my layout. I do like to run the long coal trains.
Okay, so you're answering two people's questions.
Oh, Weber. Okay, I thought it was Wilmer.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So let's see what else we got here.
Sorry, Lance.
Thank you, Cameron. I appreciate you being in here, buddy. Appreciate the feedback. All right, guys. Well, if you guys are all done, yeah. You guys are all done. We're going to go ahead and call this quit. John, thank you so much for giving me your time today.
Oh, thanks for having me, Vinny.
And I appreciate it. And guess what? We didn't have any glitches tonight. Yay!
Yay! Awesome.
So yeah, so that went pretty good, and we still have 66 people, and I really hate to cut.
Really? That's awesome.
I don't have any more questions. If you guys want to hang out, we can hang out a little bit longer. In fact, let's see if this will work here. I don't know if I should do this, but this could get dangerous. I'm going to post a link if any of you guys want to join us. We'll see how this goes. We won't stay too long, just a little bit after this. We're already at 6:23. I am expecting the phone call to come back here in an hour. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and post it. Let's see who wants to join us.
Oh, thanks, dear Jigger. Have a good sleep.
All right, the link is up there. Whoever wants to join up. How many switches do you have on your lab? Who are you talking to? Cross anchors. I have over 70 turnouts on my layout.
I'm in the 30 neighborhood, I believe.
Take care, Jerry. Nice to see you in here, buddy.
Or maybe down in the 20s. I have eliminated some of them.
Yeah, and all my turnouts were custom built by Bruce Giroux. So they made a big difference when I put them on my layout. I couldn't believe the difference. No more problems going through turnouts electrically or rolling through them. They just roll great.
Yeah.
Take care, Ian. Who we got? Oh, Joel's here. How you doing, Joel? I couldn't believe the difference. No more problems going through turnouts electrically or rolling through them. They just roll.
Yep.
And we got Nathan Delay. How's it going, Nathan? Nice to see you in here.
Hi, Joel. Hey, Nathan.
Hi, everyone.
How's it going, buddy? How's it going, Joel?
Good.
So what's up, Nathan? How you doing on your scratch build, buddy?
Oh, good. Speaking of scratch builds,
No, Container Man. There is not a Mrs. JD.
I got a gift that was 3D printed for me.
Oh, really?
It's a passenger car, so I assembled it. It was real easy to build.
Cool. Joelle's just finished a saloon and I hope she's not going to that saloon and getting drunk on it. But she did a real good job on this. Hold it up there, Joelle. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get you. There you go. You did a real nice job. Looks really good.
Sweet. Awesome.
Nice.
Everything fit.
Very nice.
Stuff, though.
Good job. Are you going to put any
Yeah,
handrails?
Yeah,
You're
I'm
gonna-
gonna put it on handrails inside and windows. I just got the body work all done last night. So I got wallpaper in and stuff and everything.
So
Good.
you actually put some wallpaper inside? Is that what I saw? Hold on, let me make it bigger. There you go. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Very nice.
Impressive.
Very nice. How long you been doing scratch builds?
Since I was a kid.
Nice.
You're still a kid.
I started in 2017.
I've always been into
Awesome
art.
job too, Nathan.
I didn't fit well with others, so my train tomorrow will my escape. And I never got out of it. Something I enjoy, and I don't get in trouble with it.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Sorry, I didn't hear the last part, John.
Manny Fernandez, I'm kind of confused on your question. DC or DCC? Who is that question for?
CP368 Productions. That's the nice place about going to West Virginia is not having the cell service. Now, if you have an AT&T phone, you will have service in West Virginia.
Oh,
One of the
really?
reasons why you don't have service in West Virginia, at least the part where I'm from, is because of Green Bank, and that's where the National Radio Observatory is. And there's a 50-mile, it's actually bigger than that. I think it's a 500-mile quiet zone that goes around there.
Take care, Heath. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Appreciate it.
They've got the world's largest movable scope. They can, when they have it down, they can move it with one finger. I
That's impressive.
delivered parts up there to them when they were building the thing.
Mystic Southern Railway says, "Whoa, that's a cool bird."
She's spoiled.
She's spoiled.
Do you know what type of bird
Cast,
that
yeah.
is?
That looks nice too.
Oh, that's cool.
Scratch build.
Now you do ON30,
Yeah,
HON30?
30, which is no skill on HO track.
Right, there you go.
Do you do any measuring on there? I don't do any measuring with scratch building.
Oh yeah, I gotta have my scale rulers. I'm trying to keep it their perspective.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, my problem is I draw it up. I just take a piece of paper and draw what I want, and just gotta keep it in perspective. I don't live on a ruler, but you gotta make sure this side's the same as this side.
You got to make sure, as I do all the time, is proportion of the build.
Yeah,
It's got to look right. If it looks right, it's okay.
yeah.
You need to.
And Nathan, you whether you follow instructions or not, your scratch builds are just phenomenal.
Yeah,
I think we got people coming. Oops.
because like mine is, it ain't prototypical.
I forgot to finish.
It's small, too short, but it fits on my layout. And that's what I'm trying to keep in mind. And my layout's fantasy, so I can do anything.
That's true. Mystic Southern Railway says he doesn't measure his scratch builds either.
Well, like I said, you each their own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Whatever makes them comfortable, right?
Yeah,
You can do it more power to you.
yeah. I guess with me having autism, I think it's easier for me personally to eyeball everything, and if it looks good, then that's the way I'll go with scratch building.
Exactly, and that's just what I was saying. If the proportions look good to you, then it's okay.
And
Yeah,
if you're comfortable with it, that's fine.
And that's the reason why I did what I did on that last build that I did, because the kit that he gave me was just in comparison to the first building I built, the two other buildings were way too small. So I had to scratch build something so the proportions all look right and it just flowed nice, you know. Let's see what I got. Anybody any other questions in here? No, I guess not.
Oh,
I'm not giving feedback, am I?
No, I don't hear anything.
Okay, just making sure.
Just all the time. And any of you guys go on the live stream and it's StreamYards, make sure you turn down the volume on YouTube if you're watching it on
That's
YouTube.
what I do. I mute it.
Yeah, exactly. Just turn it down or mute it, whatever. This way you don't get that loop action happening.
All right. Take care, Lance. Have a good night.
I'd like to see.
Let's see.
She got an engineer hat too. All right.
Let's see. Joey, do you know what your YouTube channel is? I don't think I haven't known about your channel. Sorry.
Who is that?
Crazy Joe 67. Crazy Joe 67.
Yeah, let's see if we can find it. If I can put it up here. Go ahead and say hello or something, Joel, in the chat.
Hi. Oh. It's Crazy Joe 67.
There you go.
I saw it in there before. Oh wait, there it is.
All right, Jess. Thanks for showing up, my friend. I hope my shout out does you some good tonight. There it is, Joe, Crazy Joe 67. That's her channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to stay too much longer, guys. I just want.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks for letting me join the room. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem.
I just wanted to show my building as I'm going along with it.
Yeah, and it looks really good. And you know,
Working on the bar stools and stuff now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, you're a better scratch builder than me.
Well, I've been doing it a long time.
this is your scratch building is totally different from
Yeah.
Joel's or mine. You actually take a soda can and make something out of a soda can.
Yeah.
I can't do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
Nathan,
cannot
what
do that.
you do, Nathan, is awesome. There's
That
just
takes a lot of imagination and a lot of agility to form everything and get it to work out the way you want it to. I am impressed with yours. I
yeah,
will admit that I don't watch all of your videos, but the ones that I do watch, I am impressed with.
yeah, yeah.
Well, I just started following you, so I mean, watched a couple, but I got to watch more. But I like what you do, and I always tell people that do things. Do what you like, not what other people want. You don't compare your work to other people's work.
Yeah, I try not to do that because there's always going to be somebody who's better than you.
Yeah.
And so you just can't compare yourself. Now, another thing I want to say to the people that are still in here, unfortunately, I am not going to have a video tomorrow. With all the stuff that's been going on with my house and stuff like that, I just didn't have time. I had Dave over here one time this week. We're working on my layout because people want to see the progress on my layout.
Yeah.
It just didn't happen. So I'll probably invite him to come over tomorrow. We'll work on it. Maybe I can post a video on Sunday. I'm not sure. But anyhow, I think we're going to call this good. We're an hour and a half into it. John, again, I appreciate you taking your time. Joel, thank you for joining in.
Good seeing you, Nathan, Grandpa Rails, and Vinny.
There you go. Good night.
See
Take care,
everybody.
Nathan. I'll talk to you
Tomorrow,
later.
or not tomorrow, Sunday at
Have an awesome night, everyone.
episode 4 of the Bridge Bag.
All right, John, it's just you and me now. So we'll talk
All
to you later. Take care, buddy.
All right, we'll catch you later.
All right.